Hello guys, cheers for the people in the comments who asked about the recruit teams and what would be the best loadouts for them. I'm very happy to do that for you, and you can see my opinion which teams for recruits would be the best for them to farm stuff, and we will test them as well. The thing that you need to know is that when you send a recruit to the mission, he will actually fight some fight with some enemy. So it matters if you do like a combo, if you do boosters that help them properly for their bots, it all will matter. So that's why it's important to have good recruits, and it's also important because you know they will also fight for you on open world map, and we will test them after I make these teams, free teams, because we have free recruits. So let's start. For the sake of that video, I will completely strip my own character from good stuff just to give them to recruits, and you can actually do that to increase your chances at recruit missions and for open world farming as well, to have to be more efficient. But you know, the system of changing stuff between recruits and you in Botworld Adventure is very tedious and like hard to do that. It takes time, so it's up to you if you want that additional effort for some better recruit you know, efficiency. If you want to do that before you log off and then switch back when you play yourself, it's a bit of a hassle, so it's up to you. So my first recruit is Wrecker, and let's get to him. So as you can see, you can easily swap bots here and choose abilities for him. So my first recruit would be obviously the combo with Chainer and Flamer, because it's so powerful and you only need basically Chainer and Flamer. After that, I would give him Virus and Yankee. And that's because, you know, these are very cool bots that will stun like enemies, especially that we are going to give this recruit like 4 alt cooldowns. This is a juggernaut with this stuff, like 4 alt cooldowns and Flamer and Chainer and Virus and Yankee. I keep my beats for other recruit, you know, because beat is very good with that combo of Chainer and Flamer. However, I think it would be like an overkill. I don't need a bot that is this strong, and Virus and Yankee will do a great job and scale perfectly with alt cooldowns. I'm also going to give him Hypercharge, and preferably you want to give every recruit Hypercharge, so keep them because they are so powerful. And yeah, I will also give him Proximity Translocator, it's just good. Maybe actually I will give him Gust instead of Proximity Translocator, because he already has Explosive Proximity Translocator, so I think it's fine like that. And a quick disclaimer, I want this video to be fast. I'm recently doing way too long videos. I don't want to keep you guys waiting, so I might talk a bit too fast. I hope I'm easy to understand. So this would be first recruit. Let's go further. And we have my recruit Growl. And when you design a team, I would start from boosters, because this basically makes the identity of your guy. So usually it's the case that you have many different boosters in your loadout, and it's also true for me. So I would do something like this. I would get like 2 power starts for this guy, and I would go for 100% stun resist, because the stun resist is really useful in fights. And you know, these are very powerful boosters which you probably have, maybe not epic, but maybe you have rare, and you know, they are very powerful and usually people have them, and it's a shame that you don't use them, right? So let's maybe use them here and give him so powerful abilities like Hack Missile and Poison Tower. He already has that. And then we can give him Hypercharge as well, because it's very important. And I would say let's give him also some mobility, so Proximity Translocator. These guys should do the job with his abilities, you know, and I think the bots which are tanks and which can stall the fight a bit would be perfect for him. So I would actually give him like Bulwark instead of... Actually, Duneback is great because he also stalls the fight, and I would give him like Halo. If you don't have Halo, well, just get something that will survive and have some impact on the game. I think, well, Halo is a bit risky, you know, because it's not a very strong bot, so you actually might end up being better if you give him like Bombi, which can stun enemies on impact at the very start of the fight. You can also give him something just in general very strong, like Longshot, for example. And this is finally my third team. Let's look at that. I think it's perfect, like the game really sees what I want. But you know, these bots are great and so on, but these chasers aren't tanky. I think they are good like that. However, I would just give that a scatter maybe, or beat, or maybe both scatter and beat. But Ram is so powerful that I think we are fine like that. I think scatter is a bit better because he has stun which can be ranged. So I would use it like that. It's a perfect combo of some CC, you know, of scatter. He will stun enemies. He has pretty low CD, so he doesn't need that much of alt cooldowns. So it's a great support bot, you know, to allow Ram and Mort to be safe for some time. So I don't have another power start, but power start, which is rare, is also great. I would give him power start and a lot of bot damage or bot crit. Oh, I had bot crit even. And why is that? I want him to have power start. Actually, I will swap these power starts because Groll doesn't need that much power start, you know. I want him to have power start because he will be using a specific ability. He will be abusing supercharged Chaos Translocator, you know why? Because it's perfect with Mort, with Longshot, and he has Mort and Longshot, you know. Scatter and Ram will help these bots, but Longshot and Mort, it's a commonly used strategy to supercharge them somewhere to safe place, and they are getting boosted, and that's why he has that power stat that will let him supercharge this more often. You can also try, for example, power generation instead of bot damage. Maybe it will be a bit better. And that's why we also get a bot crit and bot damage, because, you know, even the basic attacks are very powerful, especially long shot, you know. So we want that bot damage and bot crit so they can utilize their damage to the most. And now let's, for a very short while, because I can't test them in recruit missions because it would take a lot of time. I mean, I could, but this video would take much longer for me to do. I don't want that. Let's very quickly go to my favorite farming zone, which is here, and let's test these bots. So my average level is 22, so they will have a much higher challenge because the minimum level will be 19, and they are like, you know, 20, 21. So it's still somewhat easy for them, but I wonder, will they be losing health slower or not, you know? Because if it's the case that they fight in real like battles when it comes to recruit missions, it also should work like that in open world, although maybe I'm wrong. But as I can see, he didn't lose that much health from these two battles. Well, actually they seem to, you know, lose health normally, so I wonder, maybe they don't actually, I don't see like a much difference, you know, in their efficiency on open world map compared to when I randomly just chosen the stuff with auto loadout feature, you know. And the case might be that it's either because the higher level of bots, you know, because they are 19, they used to fight like 17. I had like average level 20, so enemies had 17 and they had like 21 and 20. So obviously, no matter what, they were much stronger than them. But now the average level of enemies is 19, the lowest possible. So that's maybe why. I must say that I've gone much further than I usually do. So I think it actually works, you know. Even though it doesn't seem that they lose less health from battles, I went so much far away, you know, than I usually do. When you see my video, my usual farming routine, I do the exact same routine, and usually I end up like here, like from here to here, and then I end up like somewhere there. I'm just out of recruits. But this time I'm just going so far, and I think it works. I think these teams work very well. Like, look at this guy to my left. I don't even know what attacked me. Okay. So yeah, guys, I think it actually works. I thought that it didn't, but it actually works, and I'm very happy about that. I could probably improve these teams further, but I think at this point they work great as well. I have also one more thing to show you. Let's say you don't have much boosters, and I completely understand that if you are a newer player. Remember to not maybe fuse alt charges, because if you don't have that stuff, you know, you can always, for example, give this guy, let's say, like 2 alt charge, you know? Why not? It's great, you know? or 4 art charge, and you keep hoarding alt charge, because you know this is great, and usually your recruits will use that efficiently, you know, because there is no way to badly use it. Your bots will just have instant cooldown on ultimates, which gives you a very powerful recruit, you know. So maybe don't fuse alt charges like I did, and keep hoarding them, and just give every one of your recruit alt charge instead of this stuff that I showed you. And this would work perfectly good as well, I think, because you know alt charges are very powerful, especially for recruits where they fight with auto battle, which isn't as smart as a player, so it may be hard like to utilize that power start or power generation, because the autoplay has to know which ability is the best to use, and it doesn't know that very well as human. Okay guys, that was it. I hope I helped you, and thanks for giving me the idea for this video. Cheers guys, and see you in the next week.